call man purse, just to piss off men that like to wear satchels. Hey, what's up you guys, Artemis Prime here doing another Marvel Select figure review, or on two figures, on the brown Wolverine and the unmasked brown Wolverine. I gotta give a big thanks to Diamond Select Toys for making this review possible. I'm gonna put an annotation somewhere around here and a link in the description to the Diamond Select YouTube channel, so check that out. They're gonna be posting some new stuff up over there. If you're trying to find the brown suit Wolverine, I don't see the unmasked one on Big Bad Toy Store, but you can get this one over here, the masked one.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
There's actually different packaging to these figures, which I think is really cool. Brown suit Wolverine does have a different logo. It has that little symbol, and the other one does have that X logo with the claws ripping through it, which I think is really cool. Then on the side of the packaging, you see one of them has a brown Wolverine with the mask on, and the other one has the patch Wolverine. Then on the back of the packaging, it's pretty much the same thing. They have the same bio on the back, so if you want to read that, you can pause it now. So there is some assembly required. This is a close look at the base over here, which is cool. I like the paint detail on it. It has these nice paint strokes on here. This copper color piece over here, and this shiny blue wire tube thing sticking out over here and over here. So the brown uniform one does come with the katana blade, and you can put it right in there. Very cool. A nice looking paint job on this. I like this. Silver paint right over here. You get this shiny brown paint right here on the handle, which is nice. I gotta say, it's a little bit of a bummer that he can't hold the katana. There's this back piece to the base, and it's hollow on the back, and you just put it into these two pegs, and this goes in nicely like so. And then there's this stand for the samurai dummy. You plug this in over here, and then on the samurai dummy there's this hole, and you go ahead and plug this into the hole. Yeah, there we go. Jeez, I gotta say, I am really impressed with the paint detail and sculpt on this thing. This is just an accessory, and it just looks really cool. Look at all the paint variation in this. This is all sculpted on stuff over here. Nothing's just painted over, you know what I mean? This is just beautiful. I like the boxing gloves over here at the ends. It's pretty damn neat, but look at all that detail. And here's a look at the back of it, looking very cool. Consistently great paint detail and sculpting work on this. Very nice. Look at that. Dang, the sword going through the skulls right over there. Very cool. Now here's the base of the unmasked Wolverine, which is pretty much the same thing. It doesn't have this piece over here. They actually painted it with a little bit less brown than this one over here. This does have the Weapon X helmet though too, which I think is really cool. That looks nice. I like the shiny red paint right there on the visor, and the silver paint applications came out looking great. And both of these do have a peg sticking out right here for displaying. So here's the masked brown Wolverine head sculpt over here. I think the ears kind of bend out a little weird, but I don't know, it's not too bad. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the silver paint in the eyes. I think that's a really nice touch. I like the facial expression. I think it really looks like Wolverine. I like it. Unfortunately, mine has this little scuff right here on his forehead. And here's a look at the unmasked Wolverine. Nice face sculpt. I think it looks very cool. I like this. I like the paint right here in the hair. I like that there is some shading in there, so we get the brown and black in the hair. I think the hair sculpt is actually really cool. The masked version, this looks like a little bit more of a pink face compared to the arms over here, so I think we're getting a better match on this one right here with the flesh tones. I really like what Marvel Select figures bring to the table as far as paint sculpt goes. I really like how it's bunched up right there at the boxers. It looks kind of realistic, or they're not boxers, but we do have some paint kind of missing right there on the lines. It doesn't match up perfectly. Paint applications on the torso for the unmasked Wolverine did come out a little bit cleaner. Same thing with the belt, a little bit cleaner on the unmasked one compared to the masked one. It could just be a factory thing though, most likely is. I really like the build of the figure. I think it really does look like Wolverine, and I like these claws. This is definitely an older style of claw that we're seeing in Wolverine, but I think it's accurate to that time period, and I think they look really cool. I do like the silver paint. Unfortunately on this one, I will need to use a hair dryer or some hot water to straighten these out. This one's really bent in over here, but it's not going to be a problem. These are pretty pliable, so it should be easy to fix. I do like the shading on the legs. That looks pretty good. And nice sculpt right here on the feet and everything too. And he does have peg holes at the bottom of each foot. Here's a look at the back of the figures. Again, pretty damn good sculpt and paint applications. Now, this being an older Marvel Select figure that has been just recently re-released, the articulation is much to be desired, just compared to the latest stuff. But, you know, if you've been collecting Marvel Select for a while, you shouldn't be too surprised about the articulation on this guy. His head doesn't really move up, it moves down just a little bit, and it rotates side to side, and you get a little bit of a neck pivot right there. He does have shoulder joints that move outward, they move forward, no bicep swivel. He does have a single jointed elbow. He has rotation right here at the forearm, and he does have rotation right here at the wrist. And it gets a little tricky sometimes, but you do have to line these upright. If not, it can look kind of weird, you know, so you just have to make sure you line them upright and it will be cool. He does have a waist joint, and he does have these leg joints that move outward, and you can get him to move forward, but it kicks the whole leg out like that, and I'm not a big fan of that unless you have a thigh cut up here so you can get an upper thigh swivel to straighten that out. So that is a little frustrating for posing. He does have a single jointed knee that bends in pretty far. I like that. He does have boot rotation over here, and his ankles move down and up. And both of these figures stand at about 7 inches tall, which I like. I like the horns on the masked version matched the hair on the unmasked version. So here's the Marvel Select Brown Wolverine compared to the Marvel Legends Brown Suited Wolverine. And here's Wolverine compared to the Marvel Select Sabretooth figure. Still love this figure so much. I do think the Wolverine figure is a little on the tall side compared to Sabretooth, but I do believe this was originally released before Sabretooth was made, so I don't know. And here's the Unmasked Wolverine compared to the Wolverine movie Marvel Select figure. Yes, Hugh Jackman's quite a bit taller, as he should be. I think he looks great in scale compared to Storm, Nightcrawler, and Colossus. Of course, Colossus towering over everybody, even though he's standing in the back. Still, I just want to get this into a cool group pose. So yeah, that's more or less how I'm going to have it displayed in my T-Toff case. I really like the figure. It's not my favorite Marvel Select figure by any means, but I still think it's a pretty cool figure for the time it came out. Remember, this is a re-release, and if you're trying to complete your Marvel Select X-Men team, I totally recommend picking them up. Anyway, that's all I got to say about this. I hope you guys liked the review, and I will catch you later. Peace. Now I'm going to have them displayed in my... Ah, damn it. Food's ready.